Good afternoon, traders. This is CloudChartist. I'm a little bit bored at the moment, and I thought I would make a instructional video on how I look at Ichimoku charts from top down, starting with longer time frames, going to shorter time frames. So I'm going to start off with the daily chart on the ES. Well, why don't I start with the weekly? All right. On the weekly time frame, we see that overall price is bullish because anytime in an Ichimoku chart price is above the cloud, it's technically considered bullish. Today we're forming an inside candle inside, today we're beginning the weekly candle. We began last night. So far it's an inside candle on last week's candle. So of course we have a lot more time before the weekly candle is finished, so I'll leave it at that. We do note that the Chikou, this red line over here, has support at the cloud, so it's relatively unlikely that we will drop significantly without running into some support on the weekly time frame. Let's look at the daily. Daily time frame, the ES is still bullish as it's over the cloud, but we are unable to get over the Tenkan-sen after we put in this close below the Tenkan-sen on Thursday, the 7th. Friday we were unable to close above the Tenkan-sen, and we're still unable to close above the Tenkan-sen today, so that Tenkan-sen level of 20.4875 is important on a closing basis to determine whether or not we can get back over that level. If we cannot, then the likelihood increases that we will come down and test the Kijun-sen, which is flat down here at, let's see, 2019.38. In Ichimoku, flat areas, either flat lines or flat areas of clouds, often attract price. Especially the closer it gets to it, you can think of the flat areas as magnets. You know, when magnets, the closer you get a magnet to another magnet or a piece of metal, the stronger the attraction. Let's look at the 4-hour. 4-hour chart is neutral. Its price action is inside the cloud. We came up and tested slightly above the cloud on the last 4-hour candle here, and we tested the bottom of the cloud, so we tested this whole range on the 4-hour chart on the last candle and the current candle that we're putting in now, and then we put in a very small body, you know, so that's like a long-legged doji type candle, which is actually, you know, still in an uptrend here, although it's an outside. I mean, we were in an uptrend. Then we had this inside candle, and then we had the outside candle. So this current candle that's currently forming could determine whether or not there's a trend change to the downside. So far we have a lower high, and if we lose the cloud here, then we will have a lower low, but we'll see if that's on a closing basis or not. Let's see, but neutral on the 4-hour time frame. Let's look at the hourly time frame. On the hourly time frame, you see that we are testing the bottom of the hourly cloud. So we just transited, and because the cloud is so thin here, we just transited from bullish when we were up here at around 2045 through the Kijun-sen at 2044.50 and the cloud support at 2044 and the bottom of the cloud support at 2043.25. Now we are below the cloud. So we'll see on a closing basis whether or not this candle can close inside, above, or below the cloud to determine the bias on the hourly time frame. Let's look at the 30-minute. 30-minute time frame, you see that we have just tested the top of the cloud and we're moving into the cloud, so we are technically neutral on the 30-minute time frame. Chikou is inside the cloud, so the Chikou technically has support all the way through the cloud, and it will have support even at the bottom of the cloud because it does have these candles here as well. On the 15-minute time frame, you see that this is today. This is like this morning U.S. open times around here, right? So we got bought up in the morning and then sold down, and then we've been trading in this range pretty much all day between 2042.50 and 2050.50, let's say, so 8-point range. Right now we're testing the bottom of the range. Once again, we're testing this bottom of the cloud support at 2042.25, so it will be important to see whether we put in a close underneath the cloud on the 50-minute time frame. That would be bearish, and we would have to change our bias from bullish to bearish on this time frame, on the 50-minute time frame. We also note that the Chikou over here is coming down and potentially has support at the Kijun-sen, also at the bottom of the cloud. So both the Chikou here and the current candle have support at the same level. Let's just go to the 5-minute, why not? In Ichmoku charts, we find that the longer the time frame, the more reliable the analysis is. So, if you're wondering what these arrows are on my chart, I just recently been testing the simple TOS standard MACD crossover signal, just because I think it's funny that just because I'm interested in seeing whether or not it means anything to my trading to have those signals there or not. I think it's funny that it just puts arrows on the chart. So on the 5-minute time frame, you see that we just closed this last 5-minute candle underneath the Tenkan-sen. After the prior candle also closed underneath the Tenkan-sen after breaking through the bottom of the cloud. So currently we're down here testing that 2042 level, which we can't really see any support on here. We would have to remember that we had that on the 15-minute time frame, and we'll see what happens if we are able to hold that support of the 15-minute time frame around the bottom of the cloud at 2042.25 or not. If we do hold that on a closing basis, we could put in a potential reversal candle here on the 5-minute chart and then look for a potential bounce up to 2045.25. That's about it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something.